celebration of Black on Black Rhyme Tampa, celebrating 18 years. Can y'all clap it up for that? Make some noise. For those of you that don't know me, I go by the name of Wally B. I am blessed and fortunate to serve as the founder of Black on Black Rhyme Tampa. This is the first Black on Black Rhyme that was, y'all see I'm out of breath, I'm really working on it. What you not gonna do? What you're not, sir, what you're not gonna do. All y'all, don't judge my life. This is the first Black on Black Rhyme founded outside of Tallahassee. We now have shows in Columbia, South Carolina, Mobile, Alabama, Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, and Abu Dhabi. We international with this thing, y'all. Yes, indeed, a lot to be proud of. Got a dynamite slam lined up for y'all tonight. We have 8 competitors. Can I see my judges? All my judges, hold up your scoreboards. Hold them up high, hold them up high. Y'all clap it up for our judges, make some noise. Crowd, these are the people that you want to yell at and get mad at when this slam does not go the way that you think it should go. Judges, all eyes on me. All right. Now, I know you've already been briefed. You are the experts tonight. Your scores are the only one that matters. All right. 1 place, decimal place scores. 7.5, 8.3, 9.6, etc., etc. What we ask is that whatever criteria you set to judge these poems, that you remain consistent throughout the night. Bring the music down. I need silence, please. Judges, shh. I say shh. Judges, you are the experts tonight on poetry and spoken word. Do not allow the crowd to influence your scores. You know more about poetry than any other person in this room. Y'all got it? Nod your head if you understand. All right, cool. Crowd, it's your responsibility to influence the judges. So if a poet gets up here and they do their thing, and the judge gives them a 6.5, crowd, what are you gonna do? At the same time, if a poet gets up here and they do their thing, and the judge gives them a 9.3, what are you going to do? That's right. All right, judges, once again, 0 is the worst poem you've ever heard in your life. Don't be mad. UPS is hiring. Try to get on with Migos. Figure out who Tekashi was signed with and holler at them people. Well, maybe not. But yeah, 10 is the best poem you have ever heard written and performed. You got it? 10 is the best poem you have heard written and performed. All right? And between that, 1 decimal place scores. Can I get the list of the competitors? Can I get all my competitors to the front, please? Can we clap it up for our competitors as they come? I know we got 8. Y'all line up right in front of me so they can see y'all. Make some noise. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. All right. Yes. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So, all right, everybody. These are your 8 competitors for tonight. Now, this is a 3-round cumulative slam. The last round is clean slate. For those of you, how many of you have never been to a slam before? Hand, if you've never been to a slam before. For those of us that have been to a slam, can we clap it up for all these new people that we got here tonight? So, this is the way this is going to go. In the first 2 rounds, you are going to hear from all 8 poems, all 8 poets. So you're going to hear from me. Don't be judging my life. All right, so you're going to hear from all 8 poets twice, and then we're going to take the top 4 highest scoring poets, and they are going to make it to the final round, and that will be a clean slate slam, which means that the highest score in the last round will be declared the winner for the evening. Y'all got it? All right, y'all give it up for these 8 poets. Make some noise. All right. Are y'all ready to get started with this slam? Let me say, yeah. Y'all ready? Let me say, oh, yeah. No, you're not, because in order to start a poetry slam, we have to have what is called a calibration poet. Now, judges, the calibration poet is not a part of the competition, but you are going to score them as if they are. So you're going to treat them just like any other poet in this competition. So y'all ready for your calibration poet? Let me say, yeah. The calibration poet is coming all the way from this side of the room. Y'all put y'all hands together for Big Phil. Make some noise for Big Phil.
Why do we value music? It's because it's congruent with emotions that we chosen to expose to the masses. Kept many of us at an early grave, yet put many into caskets, but we seem not to ask of its value. The plumbers faster than the American dollar. Forever studied by scholars who don't truly fathom its power, but we devour all theories of our culture since we see it on the History Channel. So it must be true. It must be truly God's gift. In times of Lupe, music be that kick push to get you out of the fiasco. So ask those administrators who feel that music should be taken out of the classroom with this crazy assumption that they can't take you far. But if you show me a person who doesn't understand their culture, then I'll show you a person who doesn't understand how truly powerful they are, how powerful music is, how these sounds over the radio waves seem to influence our kids, but it is what it is, as some may say, but my mama say. My mama say what we listen to ain't music, it's foul. It ain't music because it ain't got no soul, child. So when they go and ask Anita's Baker how the fairy tale she sung was only created with sweet love. Been tested throughout the times, even though it's been a bit rough, but that's what music is, a reflection of what we believe in. See, the beauty in music is that it doesn't see skin. Oh, how amazing. We rely so heavily over sound. Music married our eardrums, forever holding us down till death do us part. Pimps from cats with intentions to signing contracts and selling off into slavery, which once was us. Forever shackled to the beat of our own kin-based drums, what made this little light of mine shine not so bright. So I decided to write poetry like music and arrange it to the rhythm of God's footsteps and listen to my vibrations heal troubled souls. Music is what makes us whole. $3 to $6 worth of completion to live, which inharmonically spells live, fresh, always changing, molding into its purpose, giving value to the worthless. Music is heaven sent. But if you ask a record executive, they probably wouldn't give a cent, but they gave us 50. You won't be quiet. They ask like 21 questions like, it's real music, yeah. I said, nah, nigga, shut up. These rappers haven't killed them yet, but they'll die trying. We still think that Miles Davis some random figure in our past time, but if you would have ever heard Lil Boy Blue blow his horn, it would have left an expression on your face that could make doves cry purple rain. Ain't we humans so vain? We stand on the heights of 7 Lauren Hills, look at the gates of Zion, and shake our heads in shame because we can't see. Our vision ain't 2020, it should have been 1923. Because by then we actually believe that our lives went through more than 12 to reach its keys, and our vibrations took more than just hips. And you never heard death spoken from our apocalypse. The question is not why humans like music, or why humans seem to do nothing but abuse it.
Keep it going for Phil. All right, judges, here's what happens. What's going to happen is that you're going to hold up your, you're going to write your scores in big letters. You see me with these glasses on, so you're going to write. You're gonna write down your score in big numbers. My bad. I went to tech. But you're gonna write down your scores in big numbers. I'm going to read them. I am not going to read them from highest to lowest. I am not going to read the scores from highest to lowest. Okay? So I'm gonna read the scores. I'm gonna read the scores twice. The reason why I'm not reading them from highest to lowest is to help prevent the score creep. Just so you know. So I'm not going to read them from highest to lowest. All right, so judges, hold them up high. While we wait for the judges to put their scores up, just so you know, I'm going to be telling jokes, funny anecdotes, all kind of stuff, and y'all gonna laugh because I'm a person and I have feelings too. All right, so score number one. Score number one, we have an 8.9. Crowd, what say you? Then we have a 9.9. Crowd, what say you? We got a 9.0. We got an 8.5. And we got an 8.0. Keep them up, one more time. We got an 8.9, a 9.9, a 9.0, an 8.5, and an 8.0. Everybody applaud the poet. Now what happens is that we're going to drop the highest score, we're going to drop the lowest score, we're going to add the 3 scores in the middle, which gives us a total amount on a scale of how many points? That's 30. Yeah, 30. We add them. Apparently you went to Tech 2. All right, so all right, y'all ready for your first point in the competition? Let me say yeah. Y'all ready? Let me say oh yeah. Come in first to the microphone. Give it up for Lady Blue. Give it up for Lady Blue. Come to the microphone.
I see him seeing me. What was I? Valkyrie. And I was afraid of you and the thoughts that you think. But no more, because now I can speak against you and your pain. See here, you no longer have domain. And yet you had me trapped. That little girl in curls, just ready for the word. Yet you hard to the core. And you scorn. And then I'll be damned. Here you go again. I think it was about 10. And I'm trying to figure what it's all about. Yet I was weeping at the soul. Because I had no control. See, you robbed the sheep. Yet uncaged a beast that's ready to feast. And I know you thought I was weak, but I'm telling you, now I can speak. And although the essence of your presence still reeks in my veins, that sometimes, man, I'm telling y'all, I want to go insane. How is that little girl in the curves ain't here no more. Whoa. And you gotta deal with me. And I ain't no sheep. I'm unchained and unleashed from you. What you thought I was gonna do. Cause like the sword to the samurai, me, myself, and I'ma let my words be spoken. I'ma be that token. Let my words conform, I'ma sound that horn. Fighting for those like me. I'm that voice with the choice to speak about you and that fear you do, and that anger you bring out, just being about. But I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told cancer. I am not your dancer and you are not my answer. I see the reflection of both you nasty infections trying to deteriorate my mind and spirit. Damn it! I will not hear it. That little girl in the curls is now a woman who twirls her tongue to let the words run in the streets. That you and cancer are sleeping in the same sheets. But I plan on setting blaze to you dead and getting you out my head to the hearts and the ears. For those like me, we are now free to speak.
Y'all keep it going, ladies. Look. Judges, I mean, just scores. Crowd, remember, you can react to the poets when they are on here. If they say something that resonates with you, if you want to snap, if you want to clap, if you want to say go in poet, you are welcome to do so. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got, ma'am, yeah, ma'am. Focus on your own paper. All right, I got 4, I got 5. All right, start from this side. I got an 8.9. Crowd, what say you? Moving up to a 9.5. Shorty right there is a 10. Then I got an 8.9, and I got an 8.8. Once again, those scores 8.9, 9.5, 10, 8.9, and then 8.8. Applaud the poet. Moving on to the second poet in the competition. Y'all ready? Let me hear you say run it. Coming to the stage, y'all put your hands together for Scorpio. Give it up for Scorpio.
It was an all-white 2007 Dodge Caliber. Felt like I was pulling Excalibur from the stone. First time I put the key in the ignition. Dark tints and wall rims that came with it rolling clean on the scene. Can't what a radio, blasting music around the city, backseat speakers blown. The truth is, I don't think my mother worried about rubber meeting road as much as she did about motionless tires. Flashing lights, she knows that a brown boy is enough to raise red flags to white men in blue uniforms. She knows what happens when boys like me step into back We either knocked out in the park and end up with stripes on our backseat. Astro, she said, mijo, you need to learn how to dodge them. Don't be brave when the police raid your car like pirates. These giants won't hesitate to turn you into an angel. And I know firsthand what it feels like to look death down the barrel defenseless as your opponent wears a badge, a protection, a bullet, locked in the chamber, ready to be set free. This was all before I ever got behind the wheel of a car. A year prior, my friends and I took a ride at sunset. I'm in the back seat, Canon camera on my hip, video shoot, almost turned unarmed shooting. I see the color lights flash. No shuttle involved. Red and blue lights dancing down the Glock 22. See my homies in my periphery. Hands up, frozen, like photographs. We all know that they can release bullets without remorse, that policemen can cover up every inch of a crime scene. You know, frame us up perfect like I had Cannon. I'm the one that shot first. Paint the picture of two marksmen squaring off. Steel versus glass. Gunpowder versus gigabytes. Act like they feared for their lives just as much as we did, as if we weren't frozen. Exposed, waiting for shutter to snap, praying that they don't pull back that trigger and blast. They put their guns down. And afterwards, one of the officers tells us that had any of us made even the slightest move, that he wouldn't have hesitated to shoot. And he never does miss a target.
Alright, judges, that means just scores. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the score for the previous poet when I come up after the poet that has just gotten off the microphone. So the score for your calibration poet, Big Phil, was a 26.4. Everybody applaud the poet. And the score for Lady Blue was a 27.3. Everybody applaud that poet. Judges, I need your score. Go ahead, hold up high. I got one score, I got two scores, I got three scores, I got four scores, I got five scores. Sorry from right here. I got an 8.6. Crowd, what say you? Right there, I got an 8.5, I got another 8.5, I got an 8.6, and I got a 9 what is that? That look like, hold up again, I'm trying to figure out, that look like a man bent over carrying a sack of nickels. Is that a 9.0? I just want to make sure. Hold up. I got to read it again, is what I'm saying. Look, 8.5, 8.6, 8.5, 8.6, and a 9-point pregnant person. Y'all clap it up for the poet, make some noise. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Alright, y'all ready for your next poet? Let me say, run it. Next poet coming to the stage, put your hands together for African Rain. Give it up for African Rain. Making her way to the stage.
What is truth? All things that are true. The fact that my tears come from a place so deep inside that they hide from me. That when they surface for the world to see, I still deny the fact that I bleed. That even your touch hurts. Your kindness brings me pain. That my soul is shattered while intact my flesh remains. That you seek to know me while I try to forget who I am, was, and may always be. That each day I seek to be better, knowing this is the best of me. That all I can do has been done. Everywhere I can go, I have gone. You see, I've been to the heights of love, to the depths of despair, around the world, and I am once again here facing the truth. That when I'm with you, I'm not always there. That I'd rather be with someone who would hurt me than with someone who would care. That I'd rather be abused and treated like a queen. That I'd rather live in my hell than to live out my dreams. What is true? All things that are true. That I would rather give all of me than receive all of you. That I have built a world of pain that surrounds all of me. That I have trapped myself in the loneliness. That I'd rather trap myself in the loneliness than to set my soul free. That rather than loving you, I would choose to die alone, as not to wake up one day and find that you are gone. You see, I don't want to go beyond that which I already know. And there is a greater pain from which all pain does flow. A greater point that can be reached than the point of no return. A greater fire in my core that leads my being to burn. A fire that cuts a path between what is and what could be. A fire that, if unleashed, would be the end of me. For loving you is letting go. I fear letting go again. And loving you puts me in jeopardy. It's giving up and giving in. Loving you is losing me and trusting love again. What is truth? All things that are true. Truth is, I have found comfort in this pain I have come to know. Truth is, if you don't hang on to me, I will surely let you go. Truth is, each day I struggle, I try to see the light, digging my way through this darkness that has robbed me of my sight. I fight this pain that surrounds me, and I admit that it is there. I daringly dream of one day living a life outside of my despair. Because sometimes when I hold you, I remember what hoping is. And sometimes when you make me laugh, I forget all of my fears. Sometimes when you make me smile, I can see the sunshine. And sometimes when I think of you, I wish you would forever be mine. What is true? As I said, all things that are true. I still have far to go, though I've already traveled far. I still take the time to wish upon a star. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might. Find a love to help me restore my sight. Find a love to bring me out of this hell in which I live. A love that will teach me to receive all that I am willing to give. A love that in my heart I know the universe said would be. A love to unlock the cage that traps the child locked inside of me. A love that will dry her eyes each time she begins to cry. A love that will remain by her side and never say goodbye.
Keep it going for African Rain. All right, judges, I need your scores. Does anybody know what this is? Does anybody know what this is? Anybody know what this is in relation to black on black rhyme? So this is called a shaker. So at black on black rhyme, right, we used to didn't encourage you to snap or clap, but to shake. So is there anybody that wants to borrow my shaker that's going to use it tonight? That is anybody that borrow? I may hit you. Can you pass this back? Not on purpose. You pass that back. Now, if I don't see you use it, it will be confiscated and taken away from you. All right. So score for the previous poll was a 25.7. Applaud the poet. Judges, I need your scores. Hold them up high. I got 1 score. Thank you for writing legibly. I got 2 scores. I got 3 scores. I got 4 scores. I got 5 scores. All right, ma'am. There you go. Because every time you talk, your board go down. Yeah, I need you to stay focused. All right. I got an 8.7 crowd. What say you? Then I got an 8.5. I got an 8.0, an 8.8, and another 8.0. Those scores again, 8.7, 8.5, 8.0, 8.8, and 8.0. Hey, forget the scores. The points are not the point. The point is the... So give it up for the poet. Make some noise for the poet. That's right. We roll right into our next poet. Y'all give it up. Coming to the stage, give it up for Naya. Give it up for Naya.
Kind of short. So, can I be honest with y'all? I'm not a slam poet. It's not a slam poetry. But I got one quick question. How many of y'all have been through like a breakup? Yeah. I'm not talking about like regular, like, oh, I'm not feeling you. I'm like your best friend multiple times and you're trying to fix it, but it just don't work out at the end of the day. So leading into my poem, this is about a relationship. And hope y'all enjoy it. No one knows who you are or what you're capable of. But I fear what you may become given the conditions are never guaranteed. When it gets cold, you lean towards the heat. The more you sunk, the easier it was for you to breathe, and I never got that. I never understood you. When I first met you, you were consumed by darkness. Darkness gave you life. Darkness gave you shelter. Darkness gave you dreams. Every single time. And the older we became, the more I complained because I grew into responsibilities that my darkness led me to believe wouldn't happen. Yeah, you grew up so rich and personable. Regal and yet so gentle, I never understood you. The life I came into fed on wealth and education was more shitty than good occupations to make a living. Your life held true to living on basic necessity without asking. You believed that life is as it should be. I wanted to be with you. but I couldn't. I left too often for you to trust me. I came back with excuses that were overwhelming. Made turning away seem easy, then I realized you didn't need me. You didn't need me in your life to grow. Beautiful and determined. The perfect combo. I mean, watching you grow is something I look forward to no matter if I was in the picture or not. I shined as your son, but clearly didn't do my job, and the beautiful thing that you once were is now gone. I cried because it was my fault. The effect of the cause. Each and every teardrop dripping with anguish because I had lost love. The love that let you sit in silence around me while remaining comfortable. The love that made you shine from all angles to the good and the bad remaining stable. The love that made me feel incomparable. I can honestly say this love was unconditional. But I can't seem to shake the fact that I was too late, and I have to accept it. Embracing everything you once were required me to enter your darkness, and the closer I got, the more emotional I became because I was trying to find the fine line between love and hate. And that just broke me. Every tear that came after never hit the ground. Day in and day out, my tears fell into darkness, and one day it all stopped. I can't say the reason why, but it was a little brighter outside. I accepted our fate, which was tough for me to abide, and I just think it's funny how the sunlight brought me back to the puddle I once cried. And surrounded by your darkness was life. Thank you.
All right, judges, I mean, just get on your job. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right. Score for the previous poet, African Rain, was a 24.5. Applaud that poet. I got one score. What you keeping it a secret? You gonna do? All right, 2, 3, 4. Ma'am. Yeah, I see what the problem is now. Okay. You know how you have your children in school and it's not them, it's the person that's sitting next to them? Yeah, don't make me move you. Don't do it. This is a celebration of black excellence, and you are really, I'm just saying, you're acting real King High School-ish right now. That's what I'm saying. All right. All right. First score is an 8.8, crowd. What say you? Then we got an 8.2, an 8.3, an 8.9, and an 8.0. Those scores again, 8.8, 8.2, 8.3, 8.9, and an 8.0. Everybody applaud the poet. All right, moving on to the next poet. Y'all ready? Let me hear you say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Next poet, coming to the microphone, put your hands together for Kai. Give it up for Kai.
Sublime pearls lodged in a face full of valleys, cloudy once clear and storm dust circling, brewing things only mystics dream of. Rising sun still burning, your storm clouds were once dark, absorbing enemies like black holes colliding, squeezing matter into tiny spaces like me. Just a crack, I opened the door to your room, pressure rising, humidity check. Do you need anything, great grandma? Slow-moving submarine, you saw me out, rising sharply and slowly, my 9 years too few to know why the room grew dark. I only meant to offer a hand, not awaken every reason you had to fight, not remind you that mine were so similar to those that didn't ache with experiences. See, yours were hands that were beaten, reaching for freedom, patriotic red and blood blue, playthings for paler hued children, with hands so similar to mine. Unfamiliar with fists to fight. You think you a woman? Tobacco rain, spit dripping, and your pearl clouds heavy. You bellowed, brewing all the energy left in your body. I darted behind you, avoiding your waves crashing, fist flailing the dust out of your eyes. For a moment you saw me, small enemy, fury building beyond reasoning. I ran like I knew you couldn't. Insults hurling, scraping by like snap branches in a storm. My eyes filled with rain, ears stung from dust. I felt your heat on my back, electrifying my youth body the way that love does. Thrilled to have fingertips singed sweet like yours, if only for a moment, aching to be broken and bent into fists to fight this fear you put in me. I retreated to mom's room for safety, barricaded behind bed frames, mind twisting, wondering what I did wrong. Your winds slapped the door open, slow stormy vessel. You entered the room, heat seeking, outside debris flying around you, and me peeking, searching for the you I knew, snaggle-eyed and cross-tooth tough. Stories you told me to hang on to, words that whipped me through the air, flinging me in circles you completed, net cracking back to the place where lightning strikes. How did you suppress fire, overcome childhood? You saber-toothed tongue and witness to this America then. You're approaching. Too scared to utter a sound. My lungs filled like tobacco spit cups with the scent and memories too, of people split and torn and names like mud and air too heavy to remember anything. But breathe quietly. Ice in my veins, I ran from you, hopping over black and white picket fences down stairs that didn't appear until you arrived. I folded myself into the closet, adapting matter into smaller spaces. Listening to you thunder outside, I waited. Bargained with my chest to beat softer than you. You thundered bigger than the clouds that consumed your sight. The house whimpered, walls caved. At the strength of your fight, I slithered out, scraping elbows and knees, belly down, clenching fists towards freedom, C-shaped back, unable to bend any further. Grandmother great, and rooted in me, I left you circling. But the smell of you lingers in this house, hanging like how was I supposed to know you moving here meant you were dying? Now all that's left are these crooked picture frames to remind me that your fists unfolded to cradle me, that your tongue cut because your spirit was free, that thunder connects heaven to earth and you to me. Please forgive me for not asking about your birthplace.
All right, judges, I need your scores. Has anybody attended any of the other Black on Black Rhyme events? How many of y'all know it's Black on Black Rhyme Week? Does everybody know it's Black on Black Rhyme Week? All right, so tomorrow there is community service that's taking place, so be sure to participate. You can see Phil for more information on that. And there is a kickball game. Please make sure you bring your medical form waiver release. Everybody is, I'm just saying, you know, because everybody may not be CPR certified. So we want to make sure that you got your permission slip signed before y'all come out there and you go to church the next morning smelling like Bengay and Sulfur 8 and lemon oil and all that. So yes, please hold up your scores. Icy hot for some of y'all. I know y'all some young people. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got a 9.0 crowd. What say you? Then we got an 8.9. We got a 9.7. We got a 7.9. And we got an 8.0 again, 9.0, 8.9, 9.7, 8.0, and a 7.9. Everybody applaud the poet. Score for the previous poet was a 25.3 for Naya. Y'all make some noise for Naya. And y'all keep that same love going for the next poet. Give it up for Ali.
He doesn't even know this poem is about him. And the sensible thing would be for me to call him up and speak to him, but like random letters in your mailbox with no return addresses, just a message that says, pass this on and you'll be blessed. I got to believe that the lesson will reach to him, man. And they say 25% of us gonna have shortcomings and downfalls, but you finished high school with so much promise, graduated with honors, and to be honest, I know half the hood spike you like, that nigga think he all that is going to college. And half the hood want to be like you like, damn, if I only had the chance to go to college. And the old folks know that this could be the start of something beautiful because somehow you have the ability to see your future 4 years off in the horizon since the first day of classes. And I'm asking my doctor to prescribe me those glasses because where there is no vision, our people perish. But somewhere between the freshman orientation and final examination, you lost your way. And I would have thought you running training at frat parties all semester would have gotten you back on track, but that ain't always the case. And mine is still a terrorist in the ways. And I once heard an old man say that pressure ain't one of these millionaires standing at the free throw line with a basketball game tied, hoping he'll blow his one shot. But you going to school is kind of like that millionaire at the free throw line, and you about to blow your one shot and pressure bust pipes. So I write these poems like chain letters, hoping they get delivered and never return the sender until it spreads in the dorms like an access code to dial long distance numbers in a Pell Grant can last the whole damn semester if you need it to. Especially when there are 3 family members back home that still believe in you, but you done traded me and studying all night. partying all night while the DJ spin turntables. I'd rather just pour liquor in remembrance of your name than to see you throw your life away. Because the other day in McDonald's, a 19-year-old asked, would you like fries with that? With a look on his face like he done missed his opportunities. But what he really was saying was, sir, do you need anything else to go along with your stupidity? Because money don't grow on trees, but niggas do grow out of the dirt like it gets on streets where the seeds of black folk been planted but never watered and attended to. So I pray the next time any college professor takes attendance, you scream on present like there's too many people died for me to be here. Scream on present like there's too many people died for me to not be here. No, scream on present like there's too many people died for me to not leave here without my name on a degree here. And I ain't saying this as a cure-all, but I need you all to imagine a world where most of us black kids come from the parents of 8th generation college graduates. Can't you see our economic status and position shifting? Listen, take this painting at its top and then spread it like the hottest gospel. Watch this. Black man goes to school, gets degree, gets job. Bottom line, he can take care of family. Understand it, see, someone has to be the first in every hood to go to college, please. How else could there be anyone else to follow in the footsteps if there was no one else to lead? I don't give a damn if you had a hard time passing PE, because even the word succeeded had a few C's and D's in it.
Judges, I need your scores. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores, I got a 10, I got a 10, I got a 9.9, I got a 9.8, and I got another 10. I got a 10, a 9.8, a 9.9, another 10. Applaud the poet. In the 2019 Black on Black Ryan Grand Slam, that makes some noise. Score for Kyle goes to 24.4. Everybody applaud that poet. And keep it going for your next poet. Go to the stage. Get up for A figures.
It's Christmas 2017. Puerto Rico had just survived the worst hurricane in its history. What did not survive was my grandmother's roof. But her kitchen still stands. You see this magic space where the ancestors break bread. She's cooking for the friends and family that are trying to fix the roof. She screams out in Spanish, "Ah, the yams are burnt. They came out black." She then smiles and says, "Just like the chef." See, this is the first time I've heard my abuelita celebrating the color of her skin. I come from the southeast mountains of Puerto Rico. This area where slavery ran the heaviest. You see, in America, it was illegal for the races to mix. Not for us. Where I'm from, when we say we're black, Spaniard, and indigenous, we mean what runs in these veins. Not centuries ago, not Elizabeth, I'm 198 Cherokee. No, it's today. You see, our slavery was just a bit different. There were ways for slaves to win their freedom, including if they had 10 or more kids. So when you see Puerto Rican families, 10, 13 deep, that comes straight from slavery. You see, slaves would fake coffee before grabbing the machetes. I'm from where families still have machetes in their homes. Where coffee is a passed down tradition. My abuelita can make a café con leche so strong, it'll start your scar for you. You see, at one point, more than 3/5 of Puerto Rico was actually African. The Spaniards wanted to whiten the island, so the natives disguised their traditions. Festivals for African gods are now for Christian saints. Then the U.S. took us from Spain, sterilized a third of our women, declared it dangerous to let us vote, and to this day, we are still governed under colonialism. We are still taught to self-hate, to identify as Puerto Rican only, never as black. You see, my cousins be confused, don't know what she is when people ask, sees beauty in her skin marks black on the census, my mother says, how dare you? Can't see her own black roots. But when she was younger, her dad couldn't pick her up from school. No one believed he was a father. They each had different skin color. You see, colonialism will produce bleach by mixing tears with self-hate. It's been scraping people off islands for centuries. It has families scraping color off their skin. But you can't scrape African blood out of Caribbean soil. But you hear them on our tongues. In a bachata, a merengue, a salsa. I have an uncle named Chavito Prieto, which means black penny because his skin dark as a black penny. When he harvests food from the mountains, he doesn't say, look what I grew. He says, look what the mountain gave me. You see, it is the Yoruba and the Taino that make this culture. But ask my blonde blue-eyed auntie about racism. She'll tell you when she was first introduced to my late grandfather's family, their response was, oh, finally, a pretty one. To which my abuelita screamed, all my children are beautiful. So when my abuelita says her skin is black and she smiles, I give her a hug and a kiss, and I say, mi negrita bella, you are beautiful just the way that you are. And to that poet who said that I'm appropriating blackness, even though I'm Mexican, in my post, I am not Mexican. I am a Jibaro Puerto Rican, a Caribbean child, descendant of West Africans and Tainos from Borinque. I am Spaniard, indigenous, and black. Puerto Rican culture is black culture, and blackness doesn't stop at the border.
Y'all keep it going for any figures. I thought it was a penny. You see it? I thought it was a penny on the ground. All right, judges, I need your scores. I got 1 score. I got 2 scores. I got 3 scores. See, be a positive influence. See how y'all working? Won't he do it? That's why he put y'all together. Look at God. Hold my mule while I shout. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I got a 9.8. I got a 9.2. I got a Tennessee. I got a 10. I got a 9.9 again. 9.8. 9.2. 10. 9.9. Applaud the poet. Score for your last poet was a 29.9. Applaud the poet. We come to the last part of the first round. Everybody put your hands together for Curtis Davis.
My first kiss was in the 2nd grade with a girl named Samantha. Samantha was one of my best friends. She whispered in my ear one day on the playground that she loved me. I whispered back that I loved her too. I dated a girl in high school for 2 months named Holly. I dated a girl in high school for 1 year and 2 months named Ashley. My last ex's name that I almost spent 3 years with is Kelly. My mother's name is Kimberly. My Aunt Rhonda calls her Bim Bom. My grandmother's name is Rebecca. All my life, I called her Grandma Becky. I love my Grandma Becky. I have loved white women since before I knew how to love my blackness. Since before I knew what it felt like to love and be loved by a black woman. Back before, when I couldn't breathe anything but contradiction. Black boy with white mouth, all bite and no bark, dog eyes, can't see himself as being any color. And his daddy tells him he's black, but the other black boys tell him he's white. Back when a token was something you spent at an arcade, not something you were. Funny joke I heard in the 5th grade from one of my friends. How do you get black kids to stop jumping on the bed easy? Just put Velcro on the ceiling. I never understood why I couldn't find any laughter in the corners of this white smile. Maybe it was because my hair didn't grow like the other black boys. Hell, maybe it was because almost everything about me wasn't like the other black boys. 7th grade, I moved from my predominantly white school to to a school in a sea of black faces, most darker than mine, and I cried every day after school for the first week because I felt like I just couldn't fit in, and everybody just wants to be able to fit inside their own body. Fast forward to my first and only year of college, spent on FAMU's campus in Tallahassee, Florida. A school historically known for being a sea of black faces, most darker than mine, and I fell in love for the first time with myself. Now today, and my pops was right, I am a black man, falling in love for the first time with a black woman. From a hurricane off the coast of Barbados, she's taught me the darkest star can shine the brightest. We call each other lover without moving our lips. We sing, and it sounds like church organs being played underwater. We exchange organs, our hearts too big for our bodies. These veins pump nothing but blood on the good days and on the bad ones too. The love of my life is a beautiful black woman named Zen Christian. Our first kiss was on our second date, and I whispered in her ear one night in bed that I loved her. She whispered back, y'all, that she loves me too.
Keep it going for Curtis Davis, the final poet in the first round. Judges, I need your scores. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. I have to remain unbiased as a host. You know how you have all kind of jokes, but you don't want, these poets, they be real about these scores with this money on the line. All right, so I got a 9.8. I got a 9.9, I got a 10, and another 9.8. Again, a 9.8, a 9.7, a 10, and a 9.8. Applaud the poet. And give up for all of the poets we heard from in the first round. All right, score for the previous poet, Eddie Fingers was a 29.7. Everybody applaud the poet. All right, that's the end of the first round. Everybody stand up. Everybody up. Everybody up. The DJ gonna give us a really quick turn up moment, so y'all can get it shaken out a little bit. All right, so DJ, what you got? Let me see what you got.
You say turn up.
Turn up, lit. What else they saying nowadays? You say wicked tight. DJ, let's say something. What you got? Uh-oh. All right, now, everybody pay up. If you see somebody that don't know how to Tootsie Roll, please instruction them. All right, here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, to the left, to the right. If you can't do it, just lean. To the front, to the back. Now everybody slide. Cut the music. Y'all sit down. This is what's wrong with the education system right now. This is the problem. I blame mumble rap. I blame 21 Savage. I blame Lil Uzi Yachty. I blame Greaseball, Kodak, all of them. That's what I blame for what just happened just now. That was. We gotta do better. Where's my judge? That was right here. Who is? All my judges only be scoreboards. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4. All right, good. Do you know any of these poets in the competition? You know? Would you like to judge? Huh? All right, grab that. Can y'all clap it up for our next judge? Is that okay? All right. Because we get ready to roll right into this second round. Once again, we're going to hear from all 8 poets. So y'all ready for it? Your next poet, let me say, your first poet in the second round, let me say, yeah. Now we're going to be calling these poets up from the highest score in the first round all the way to the lowest score in the first round. So y'all give it up for your poet coming back to the microphone. Give it up for Ali. Give it up for Ali coming back to the microphone.
He told me he was trying to get to where I was. So I made this poetry thing look easy. But believe me, it ain't all the glitz and glamour and peaches and cream it seemed to be. And I hate to be misleading with some stories on how I don't even write my poems on page. It's straight from the dome to the stage to perform, and I performed in front of crowds so big that if the people that would stand up and put their hands up, the wave would be bigger than tsunamis. And I'm sorry if I ever gave the impression that once you start pressing that CD, that from here on out it is easy. Because somewhere, in some town, or some city, or some venue at about 9:30, a poet's gonna get on the mic for the first time, but believe me, I'd rather be him. Poetically speaking, I would rather be a virgin. Standing here nervous, that way you have no expectations of me performance. But instead, I'm lyrically promiscuous. I've been laid on everybody's bed, or should I say stages. I'm somewhat of a freak when it comes to these words and phrases. I ain't afraid to speak and release these things all in between your sheets. I'm talking ink on pages, but if you still want to get to where I am, then I'd be happy to trade places. And we can be like that movie, vice versa, to the point that we switch persons and you can spit my verses and hold my shoes for a couple of days and see if you still contemplate walking away from a full-time job with salary pay, commission, and bonuses with this crazy idea that you can live on poems and hit the road and sleep on flows and speak your prose. You probably throw my shoes back at me like y'all can have it. And though I stand on stage, my life like film ripped from the camera, fully exposed and prone to damage. What you don't see is that I strain my brain to write the answers to your problems in my poems. Because somewhere, in some city, or some town, or some venue, at about 9:30, there's a person that won't get on the mic tonight because he's nervous. And if only I could find the words to grab his body and take hold, dig through the flesh and bone till I hit soul, maybe his feet wouldn't be so cold. And I told poets that this stage can only make or break you if you let it. And everybody's just 3 minutes in the perfect 10 for being famous, but way before the snaps, the clapping and the shaking, way before they scream boom by and call me the greatest, way before I travel from venue to venue, rocking open mics and going through stages, I recognize I'm always a growing poet, learning and going through stages. So give me my first time back. When I stuttered over words like I should have memorized that. You see, I've been there before, so I know how it felt too. But the student has become the teacher, so if you ever in need, just follow my lead and call me Sensei or Mr. Miyagi, and I help you to wax on and wax off so we can all see the glitz and glamour and spit in the stanza. Cause ain't no poet I know got life insurance, retirement plans, or instances. Just 3 minutes of pure adrenaline reciting the sentence. So if you still with it, grab your favorite pair of size 10s and hop on the passenger side of my footprint, and we can ride until the only 9 to 5 we know. It's an interstate highway on the East Coast that leads to some show in some city or some town or some venue that starts around 9:30 and live life one open mic at a time.
Alright, judges, I need your scores. Now you've been watching, you know what you do. Oh, that was quick, see? I appreciate your obedience, alright? When the judge come back, let them know so I can tell them to see me if they see the score, because we don't want no problem. This is black on black crime, not black on black crime. Alright, so, alright. From this way to that way to all over. Alright, we got a 9.9 crowd, what say you? Then we got a 9.8, we got another 9.8, we got a 9.7, and we got a 10. Those scores again, keep them up, keep them up. We got a 9.9, 9.8, 9.8, 9.7, and a 10. Applaud the poet. All right, next poet in the second round. Put your hands together, coming back to the microphone for Eddie Figures. Put up for Eddie Figures.
So I'm driving in the rain to a poetry slam in DeLand, Florida. About 30 seconds away from the venue, I drive past a house with a banner in the front lawn, and it reads, Trump 2020, no more bullshit. And this sign was so big. Ask me, how big was it? How big was it? It was so big that I turned off the music in my car. Same reasons I turn off my music when I see red and blue lights. It starts to sound like blood in the water. And I know that don't sound normal, but this sign sounded like a caged child crying for her mommy in Spanish on the 4th of July. I walk into the back of this venue completely embarrassed, because now I'm actually terrified of being in this space filled with older white people. My hands are dripping with anxiety. They take cover in my pockets. I perform my first poem, adrenaline rush, round of applause. The room is tilting, my chair in the back waiting to catch me. I'm still trying to catch myself. This old white man walks up and compliments my poem. Then he says, you know, white people are afraid of me too because I'm so much smarter than them. And then rhetorically he says, isn't it racism too? Fun fact, people with severe attention deficit disorder experience something called time blindness, where time is not so much linear, but as something to be felt. For example, this moment, which lasted only a few seconds, felt like infinity, and I wanted it to end. You see, 24 hours earlier, I was at a battle rap event between Two Major and Moses West. Everybody was drunk, everybody was rowdy, and a fight almost broke out. I still felt safer and more at home there than being in this space, being trolled by this racist white guy. Damn, I missed that whole one. Breathe. 2001, my first year here, my cousin is telling me his girl is breaking up with him because her mother told him not to date Puerto Ricans because we're a dirty race. Years ago, I'm at a Trader Joe's at a yoga open mic, and there was a white woman screaming the N-word at us with so much viciousness, her dentures literally almost dropped out of her mouth. Funny thing about words, we poets come up to these spaces and these microphones, sometimes armed with just a book bag full of words. When I'm close to suicide, my poems don't want to hear that shit. They drag me by the wrist to the nearest microphone, and they say, we're on the clock, it's time to work, let's go. You see, sometimes I perform my poems, sometimes my poems perform me. It's best when they perform themselves. I step back like a dad and watch them do work. See, we poets get blamed for the scars they leave behind. We get thanked for the scars they heal, and when someone comes to my poems, I tell them, get behind me. But the truth is, my poems have had my back more times than I've had theirs. Just like the second round poem that I performed, I screamed it at the top of my lungs, but I wasn't performing that piece. I was performing what I wanted to say to this racist senior, but I couldn't get my words for all that I had. You see, we poets walk into dangerous spaces. In the back of my mind, we're thinking, I know where I am. I know I'm not safe here, but this work that we do is important. Sharing these poems, sparking conversation, and educating people, that is important. Fortunately, that's more than enough to get me by. That day, it almost wasn't, but my poetry family was there. That's really all that I needed. Nowadays, when I go up to a microphone, I come up here with a hard hat, pen on my left hand, machete on my right, backpack on my back, and I'm ready to do work. Because poets don't come to poetry slams to win a slam. We come here to do work. Like Wally B said, let's do work.
Keep it going, ladies.
Judges, I need your scores. And no, he does not get extra points for putting my name in the poem. All right, we got one score, we got two scores, got three, but I sure appreciate it. 4, 5. You get, wait a minute, ma'am, your tone. Ma'am, your tone, ma'am, your tone. Your tone right now. I'm just saying, I ain't saying that to you already. You can always tell the guilty child, right? I ain't looking on her paper. Hold up high, all right? Score for the previous poet was a 29.6. Applaud that poet. All right, then we're moving on to scores of an 8.5. Crowd, what say you? Then I got a 9.5, an 8.9, a 9.3, and a 9.0. Those scores again, 8.5, 9.5, 8.9, 9.3, and a 9.0. Applaud the poet. And yes, they were born you. They were absolutely born you. They were born you. There you go. You don't have to wear that. You're going to have to wear that all night long. All right, so y'all ready for your next poet? The third one in this second round, he say, yeah. Yeah. Let me hear y'all say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Coming back to the stage, clap it up. And all the way to the stage, give it up for Curtis Davis. We clap it up for all poets all the way to the microphone.
I found a razor blade in my candy last night. A confetti of red, white, and blue lies spewed from my tongue as if I were running for president. Children should be seen and not heard, so America puts razor blades in its baby's candy. Hard candy, hard times, call for desperate measures. Measure the dimensions of a jail cell, and you will find the exact length and width of the heart of a drug dealer trying to support his family, but his mouth be a jailhouse. So all he does is spit bars and dream about flashy cars, ignoring the scars on his back. He's selling crack, he's stepping on too many cracks, he's breaking his mother's back. Bone, thugs, and harmony, singing in the same tune, sleeping in the same tomb, forgetting they are of royal womb, suffering the same doom. Young black men whose fathers abandoned them before their hands were large enough to hold time. Raised by Uncle Tom, Uncle Sam, and Aunt Jemima on Sundays, and some days they're trapped in the Sundays, distracted by the sun ray. Charles vision, what happens when genius and addict make collision, when good people make bad decisions, don't know whether to listen to the demon or the angel, hula hooping with halos, playing God in a theater full of atheists, feeling like no one believes in you. But I believe in you. It's time to stop playing Where's Waldo with your future and stop listening to Future. Cut off that radio and listen to the music your soul makes when there's no sound around. I promise the beauty be deafening. I promise beauty be definitely a word to describe your potential. Fuck waking up in a new Bugatti. Wake up with a new outlook on life. Wake up like you died 1,000 times yesterday and you'll die 1,000 more tomorrow. Wake up, can't keep living like you got nothing to lose when your time is borrowed. Stumbling through life with a crooked spine. Too many days like you spent playing limbo with your bad decisions. Now you're stuck in limbo with 2 cents and broken pieces of a puzzle, trying to bend the truth. The bastard child of Father Time who have none to waste. You're running out of days, hours, minutes, seconds to be somebody. And every breath taken is a breath lost. So do not lose yourself in the atmosphere. There ain't a whole lot of room to breathe up there.
No. You weren't here? Yeah, you gotta slide that back that way. Yeah, you weren't in place. Yeah, you go. We have to stay, but we do have to stay consistent with the judges. So now that we start, don't look at me in that tone of voice. I'm trying to explain to you how the way things go. Yeah, we have to remain consistent with the judges, so we can't switch midstream like that. So, I'm just saying. Judges, I need just go. Your face right now is really giving me some concern. All right, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. She really got your back over there. I just wanted, if something go down, because she really was about to throw something at me, but I do press charges. Oriole Road is right up that way. I am a man, but I will press charges on a woman. All right, I got 1, 2, 3. You want equal rights? You sure gonna get it with me. All right, so. I'm sorry, the Lord know my heart. I got a 10. I got a 9.9. I got an 8.9. Crowd, what say you? I got a 9.5 and I got another 10. Once again, I got a 10. I got a 9.9. I got an 8.9. I got a 10 and a 9.5. Applaud the poet. Score for the previous poet, 80 figures was a 26.2. Everybody applaud that poet. And keep it going, coming back to the microphone. Give it up for Lady Blue, all the way to the stage.
here to whisper any of those sweet nothings in your ears. You see, I happen to know that there can be some fear that could be near. And although they never fully penetrated, the penetration remains in vain. You see, I learned at 3 that family would be my worst enemy when telling me to get up on my knees. I learned at 8 that I was in this world alone, that it still has me decades later wanting to put a bullet in the dome when no one is at home. And you see, I tried crying out, just knowing that she would believe her seed, yet she chose he. I was told to quit being fast when I just wanted to be the fastest running. Pounding one foot in front of another hurdle. At the hurdle, I was constantly looking for an escape route. You see, by 12, I had become the best at defense, blocking every offensive move made. But I never found any shade to comfort the blame that I felt. And then I saw him at his mother's funeral. He was a father now, standing proud next to his child. And I had to wonder, are you teaching him to hush little girls' cries while looking past the tears in her eyes? Are you teaching him about the prize that's between her thighs while telling wicked lies when looking in her mother's eyes? While I taught mine to hide without being seek. Taught them there was more than just danger and a stranger. Or while I lay silently, wanting to take my life when everyone else and everything else is all right. You see, I thought helping speaking was going to help me find some peace and some relief, but I'm still stuck in constant disbelief. Because when my husband's touch reminds me of the solidness of deceit instead of throwing me off my feet, I know I'm never going to be complete. So no, I'm not here to whisper any of those sweet nothings in your ears. So I happen to know that there can be fear near.
Keep it going for Lady Blue. Judges, I need your scores. Score for the previous poet, Curtis Davis, was a 29.4. Everybody applaud that poet. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores. Not all 3 of them, boy. Now you in it. You was the honor student over there. Now you have reverted to the wretchedness. I'm just saying. We got a 9.5. Crowd, what say you? We got another 9.5. We got an 8.9. We got a 10. And we got a 9.0. Again, 9.5, 9.5, 8.9, 10, and a 9.0. Applaud that poet. Halfway through our second round, next poet coming to the microphone. Put your hands together. Everybody clap once. Everybody clap twice. Everybody clap 3 times. Everybody clap 4 times. Everybody clap 5 times. And keep it going for Scorpio. All the way to the stage. All the way to the stage.
Alright, so you think you recognize me, and you do. Solid color. Some can still see right through me, the magic of my plastic. I'm a fire sign. Hear me spit in the beginning of all of Lil Wayne's tapes. I'm a hot boy. Not a god, but people seem to always find me when they look for the light. I'm posted up at every gas station. Change hands like $100 bills. Reveal the thief in the circle. K with this flame. Spewing out my mouth, I spit fire for a living. Burn down bridges in my off days. Sparks flying, teeth grinding, gasoline stay running through these veins. I do more damage to the black and brown community than the police that leave them slain. I help leave your lungs looking like coal. You know, guns ain't the only thing that can leave your brain with holes. So now, allow me to light your cigarette. Allow me to enable your bad habits, the bottom of a crack pipe, a metal spoon. You know, sometimes you gotta apply a little heat. Find all my brothers and sisters used up and crushed up on the streets. I'm not dope, but Boy, I can sure as hell help you get high. You can't shoot that shit up unless you flick my flame and melts that shit down. And cigarettes just become rolled up tobacco. You need me to get it lit and keep it hot like Tabasco. You need me to help you get though, but I know you like to act though, like you don't need me. Just as much as I need you. Give me purpose, give me a new purpose. My purpose ain't what my image suggests. I know that a long torch be what families prefer. They say that people like me ain't safe for children. But I also know that I'm not destined to die in the trembling hands of an addict. I know that life ain't supposed to be this way, and I can see my new purpose shining like a flame at the end of the glass tunnel. Lovers lighting candles, children blowing them out at birthdays. Why am I only ever used to ignite addiction? Why can't I be used to ignite Olympic torch, maybe? Light some candles, incense, burn some sage, save me from this dark place. I want to help give people life instead of help take it away. But they tell me that this is just the life of a lighter, that I'm built to be used, that my only job is to make sparks fly and spit until I cause a combustion. That it's not my fault what people do with my flames, but I wish I could change. No. I wish I could change you. I know your purpose has got to be greater than this. I know because my purpose has got to be greater than this. You know, there's got to be something greater than this, something greater than addiction fuel fire in the eyes of hungry humans, something greater than burn marks and dead brain cells.
Judges, I need your scores. Omar, why you looking like that? What the problem is? Everything okay? Everything good? Because I ain't gonna help you. I just need to know which way to run. I saw the way you were looking, and so it was like that let me know that I probably need to have an escape plan in action. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. All right, starting on this end, I got a 9.6. Crowd, what say you? Moving on to a 9.0. I got another 9.6, I got an 8.5, and then I got an 8.9, again a 9.6, 9.0, 9.6, 8.5, and 8.9. Applaud that poet. Score for the previous poet, Lady Blue, was a 28.0. Applaud the poet. And keep it going for the next poet that's coming back to this stage. Give it up for Naya. Give it up for Naya.
So that first one was for the ladies, but this one's for the guys, so hope y'all don't get in trouble. I feared you the most along this forsaken road. Step by step, the whole way still alone. Down this path with my eyes closed because when I look in the mirror, I still seen a ghost. Years went by and I feared you less, but with those years were still the mess. Broken hearts. Hid in the ground, part by part, I made them trust. I left my mark and I embraced you. I took pride in what I could do and named it finesse, but that wasn't necessarily true. You see, I played games. But that's just how I was raised, and to be honest, it kind of made me the man I am today. Afraid to commit. Afraid to commit because I was told by society that girls weren't shit just to make sure the common fit to bust. And soonly after it was over, I thank God I wasn't sober because you see, I didn't want to remember what I did to them. You know, having them wake up each morning wondering like, where the hell is nigga went? Now, I didn't go anywhere in particular, but I let my mind drift off mentally because I wasn't really feeling it. Correction, I wasn't really feeling them. You see, they had this idea that I'd be the one. Fantasize where they might have my daughter, maybe even my son. But that's just one reason why I had to run. Another one was being white and claim to understand me just under a month. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but what I really wanted was an audible. Only interested in me for my potential to be, but please tell me what you actually see. Because I couldn't even see me now or to be, so why would I waste my time trying to turn myself into a weed and look my kid in the face 10 years from now, telling me this is always meant to be. Nah, so I'm gonna keep walking down this lonely ass path, asking myself, when will I be ready? When will I be ready to pick up those parts of those hearts that I dropped so I could be a little bit less messy? When will I be ready to hop into a relationship for more than a couple months so I could eventually marry? When will I be ready? One day, maybe. Maybe.
Y'all keep it going for Naya. Make some noise. Stop. See, stop. Don't, hey, I'm saying I got a job to do. Don't do that. All right. I got 2 scores. I got 3 scores. I got 4 scores. I got 5 scores. Hey, you ever be at work or you be somewhere and you see somebody doing something? You'll like watch an accident and see something bad, like this is not good. What's happening right now after when you get done? All right, so start over here. I got a 9.6 crowd. What say you? Move this side. I got an 8.5 crowd. What say you? I got an 8.9. 8. Hold it up, please. I got a 10. And then I got a 9.8 again. 9.6. 8.5, 8.9, 10, and a 9.8. Everybody applaud the poet. All right. Score for the previous part was a 27.5. All right, y'all ready for your next part? Let me say yeah. Yeah. Next part coming to the stage. Put your hands together, coming back. Kaya. Give it up for Kaya. My bad. Sit down. My bad. Sit down. I apologize. On the count of 3, everybody boo me. 1, 2. Wait a minute. You are a little too eager. All right. 1, 2, 3. I apologize. Because everybody's name is important and deserves to be respected, right? So I want to make sure. I apologize. Coming back to the microphone, y'all keep that going. Give it up for Kai. Coming back to the microphone, make some noise. All the way to the stage, all the way to the stage.
This is called Honey. Day 1 drops. Day 2, more. Day 3, fluid. Day 4, it's so fresh. Day 5, something's wrong. Day 6, shouldn't this be over? Day 7, Google help. Day 8, it can't be. Day 9, because that would mean day 10, I'm empty. The dreams of us died with a life that I didn't know was inside of me. While you closed me out and I closed me in, from arguments worn down to bare knuckle, bone and teeth bearing, visions of the he, she, we could have been. And I thought we were destined to create beauty, or tremors at least. You who were all heart red and pink matter and saw the world in hues of God's favorite color, everything except me. If only I could fix for you my freedom and forgetfulness, following your design in feet and inches, criticism meant to remake me into mirrored images of your mind reflecting all things I thought were shiny, not sharp. Shards must be my insides, causing me to bleed, barricaded in dark rooms, not meant for light, me, not meant to be seen, you, not here, me, nowhere, and food for what? This machine is broken, leaking with things clogged and rotting, things that were meant to be beating and new, shiny. Perhaps I should have told you. Instead, I made myself small, gathered extra cotton to soak up my mistake from 400 years of fields so used to absorbing bodies like mine, not able to carry, too tainted for life to root, and the rows are endless. And the thorns are too. Take tension, take time to think about anything else but this. At least that's what I told myself. Tethered to no thing anymore. Drifting down into darkness. I don't deserve no light. I don't deserve to miss something that was nothing. I deserve I am nothing because I can't have something. You, free from this burden, blood won't let me breathe. You, sleeping easy, ignorant of coffins curves conceal. You cast me aside like scraping insides out of fruit only appealing to animals like us. Those with instincts pass over for the smell of life, plucked to perpetuate generations, me plucked to save the plant? Whose earth are you tilling with no intent to fertilize, leaving earth disrupted to be eroded away, and me salted and sorry? Sorry, I silenced you, kept you to myself, cemented you with suppressed feelings into something that could be secreted away. I was ashamed. Your first home didn't protect you from the way we all end. Red tears aren't fair exchange for time. I would have spent nourishing you with honey and belief in humanity and healing and you and all the things your universe would add to this world. I would have skated into tomorrow with you, listened to you laugh for hours, washed your hair with rain, water, bathed you with sea creatures so you could dream more awake than sleep. I would have confessed I loved you and shared you with the future.
Keep it going for Kai. Y'all make some noise.
All right, judges, I need your scores. Y'all hang on to your seats too. Remember, we have one more poet to close out this last round, and then we're gonna figure out the top 4 that are gonna be vying for the 2019 Black on Black Rhyme Grand Slam Champion title. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. Starting out with an 8.5, proud, what say you? All right, moving on to an 8.8. And then I got an 8.0, an 8.0, and another 8.8. Those scores again, 8.5, 8.8, 8.0, 8.0, and then another 8.8. Everybody applaud. All right, we've come to the last poet in the second round, but before I do that, I need you to give you the score of the last poet. Last poet, Naya, received a score of a 28.3. Y'all give it up for Naya, make some noise. And keep that going for the last poet in the second round. Give it up for African Rain. Give it up for African Rain. Come back to the microphone.
Sometimes I look at them and I wonder, could he be the one to love me? Who places no one else above me, who constantly thinks of me. Then I reside in my own mind? No. Based on what I have come to know, on the actions they have chosen to show? No. I look at them and I see a father with whom I could not communicate, brothers whom I believe I hate, lovers whom my temple desecrate. I look at them and I think back on memories, sometimes sobbing on bended knees, crying, baby, 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 please. I look at them and I see lessons never learned, chances all unearned, love unreturned. I look at them and I see a stepfather who didn't teach me a thing, a father who taught me what no thing truly means, no transference of wisdom from a king to a queen. I look at them and I know I don't need a man to love me, as long as the Creator reigns above me, as long as I can take care of me. I look at them and I know that passion is something they hide, understanding they have not tried. Affection is what they have denied. I see them and I know that without them my nights will be colder, that I have added more weight upon my shoulder, that I have become more rigid each day I grow older. My first love was of my mother and my sister. My first real heartbreak was because of how much I missed her, while she went out and worked just as hard as her mister. I see them and I wonder if they know all that it takes to trust them. When it comes down to my choices, there's just them. When it comes down to deceit, they're the worst them. I look at them and I choose not to lean upon my own misunderstanding. Learn how not to continue to be quite so demanding, to be more conscious of to whom my heart I am handing. I see them and I know it's time that I lay this foundation, take my place as mother of creation, I in accordance with the Most High divination. I see them and I wonder if they know it is I that they must praise, I who embodies the Creator's true ways, I who give light to the upcoming days. I see them and I wonder if they could truly be so blind, if they think this existence of mankind is the anything more than projections of I and I mind. I look at them and I wonder if they are ready for the full light, for the darkness to be taken out of the night, for I and I to bless them with the sacred sight. I look at them and I wonder, when they look upon me, what it is that they see, when they dream of becoming what it is they want to be, if they know they have seen the sheep that created he. I look at them and I wonder if they are ready to be awoke, that once the air is cleared of the mirrors and smoke, that I and I are the sheep of which they toke, her aroma, her essence, on which they choke.
Now keep it going for everything ready. And keep it going for all 8 poets that we heard from in that second round. Judges, I need your scores. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. All right, we have an 8.3 crowd, what say you? All right, then we got a 9.5, what about that? How about another 9.5? All right, what about an 8.8? And then a 9.0, what about that? All right, 8.3, 9.5, 9.5, 9.0, and an 8.8. Applaud the poet. All right, so here's the deal. We have our top 4 that are going to be moving on to the last round. So we are going to give a thunderous round of applause for our 4 poets that we're going to say goodbye to. Y'all put your hands together for Kai. Give it up for Kai. Make some noise for Naya. Give it up for Naya. Give it up for African Rain. And put your hands together for Scorpio. Make some noise for those 4 poets. And if I can get these 4 poets to the stage, can I get Ali to the stage? Y'all clap it up as they come. Give it up for Curtis Davis. Clap it up for Eddie Figures. And make some noise for Lady Blue as they come to the stage. All right. All right, y'all. Congratulations. So, once again, this is a clean slate round. Highest score wins. Can we give it up for the judges? Judges, y'all have been doing a phenomenal job. Don't stop what you're doing, because the bottom line is the highest score is going to win. Remain consistent and do what you've been doing. Now, for this final round, the judges are the poets are going to randomly draw for their order. So, I said the poets are going to randomly draw for their. Yeah, that's how that goes. Like, either way, we can't start till y'all draw. All right, so y'all see all this happening in front of you. This is for transparency, accountability, and make sure I get home safe. All right, everybody opening theirs up. All right, okay. Who has good legible writing in the front row? Who has good legible writing? You can't volunteer nobody. I'm just saying, who has good legible writing in the front row? I said front, like right here. You way over there, like you way over there. Okay, she's enjoying it. How you gonna write? You got a beverage in your hand. You gonna just take it out of her hand too? What? Huh? There may be some things going on. Can you write down these names as we call them out real quick? So you snatched that out of my hand. There was a little animosity in that. Huh? What? No, this is crowd participation. Let me do my job. Focus on your poem. That's what you do. Worry about that. All right, so who has number 1?
I got him.
That would be a 3. Yeah, these are numbers. Is what they are. Yeah, so. Apparently you went to East Bay. Oh yeah, all day. I got jokes all day. I'm sorry, my bad. He went to Robinson. All right, who has number 1? Eddie Figures. We'll hear from Eddie Figures first. Y'all make some noise. Eddie Figures. Number 2, Lady Blue. Y'all make some noise for Lady Blue. Number 3, now with an M. Y'all get up for Ali. Which means number 4, Curtis Davis. Y'all make some noise. So. We will hear from the poets in the last round in this order. We'll hear from Eddie Figures, Lady Blue, Ali, and then Curtis Davis. Why are you leaving if you first? Now you go ahead, I'll introduce you. Yeah. Can we get some introduction music for the last round? Exactly, that's all y'all clapped up. Make some noise. All y'all been drinking, y'all had y'all own drink and y'all been sharing, passing it back and forth. Because every time I look up, it's the same drink but in a different hand. I ain't judging your life because time is hard. We living in a short economy. You ready? No, you can't play that. You can't play that. You can't play. Where Omar at? Omar still there? Yeah, you can't play that. You can't play it. Anybody know what that was? That was the drop. Anybody remember the drop? That's a 90s song. You gotta stretch before you gotta rip. Yeah, you gotta like get your lean on before you play a song like that, because otherwise you get up in the morning feel like you got hit by a bus. I had my high school reunion a couple months ago, and it was real good until I had to get up the next day, and I was reminded of how old I really am and how long it's been since I graduated from high school. And if you're laughing, don't worry, your time is coming soon. All right, y'all ready to get started with this last round? Let me say yeah. All right, here we go. All right. When Start it over. I had it all timed out and everything too. It's cool. When I say spoken, y'all say word. Spoken. Spoken. When I say spoken, y'all say word. Spoken. Spoken. Bag talk. Bag talk. Bag talk. Bag talk. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say word. Y'all ready for this last round? Make some noise. Put your hands together for our first part of the last round. Give it up for the last round for Eddie Fingers.
This is a journey into sound. This is eyesight staring into the sound of history, changing the sound of history. A Mexican friend of mine said that she wanted to live in the 1920s when times were simpler. I said, not me. I don't like nooses being put around my neck for trying to speak Spanish in public. She had absolutely no idea what I meant. But it was at that moment that I learned that eyesight can change sound. That the more you open your eyes, the more the sound of history changes. Eyesight can change history. Mount Rushmore was built honoring the 4 greatest presidents of their time. We're looking at United. Mount Rushmore was built. Mount Rushmore was built on sacred Native American ground. Sacred until they discovered gold and took the land back by force, continuing U.S. traditions of exploiting cultures and acting like it never happened. Acting like it never happened. Acting like in 1937, almost 200 Puerto Ricans were shot at an illegal protest by local law enforcement in what is now known as the Massacre of Ponce. In 1937, U.S. citizens were shot on U.S. soil by the U.S. colonial government at a parade celebrating the end of slavery, and we act like it never happened, proving that citizenship does not mean equality. Ask any African American. Ask any Native American. Ask any woman. Any gay. Any husband. History doesn't sound so sweet when your eyes are open, does it? History is written in ink, but it's documented in pencil. Did you know they tried to erase slavery from the history books? In schools, they tried to change the word slave into worker. The slave trade into the North community stopped letting Texas write the history books. Because every page feels like a cemetery. Every word feels like a tombstone, burying the bodies, the backs that American history was written on. There's more truth in protest signs than there are in school books. Columbus sailed the ocean. Columbus didn't discover America. He invaded. History is the killer rhythm of B sharp and S flat notes and a bass that smells terrible. And the right frequencies of eyesight and sound can combine images, and it can produce. I am no longer surprised that the words Columbus and Columbine sound so similar. I am no longer surprised that the words Europe and Europe sound so similar. Handcuffs and shackles sound nothing alike, but side by side they look like distant cousins. Shackles flatten, chains shrink, the links are identical. Cages became cells, the slave industry, the prison industrial complex from cotton picking People of color have always been treated like cheap labor. Student loans, medical debt, slavery never went away. It just goes by different names now. Oh, when will you people get over slavery? Oh, and those who forget the past are destined to repeat it. Then we will get over slavery when you stop trying to purposely forget it ever happened. Oh, when you stop trying to repeat it. Oh, when you stop trying to bring it back.
Keep it going for 80 figures. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores right here. I got a 5th score right over here. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. I got a 9.9. I got a 10. I got another 10. I got a 9.9. And another 9.9. Again, that's a 9.9, a 10, a 9.9, and a 9.9. Applause for poet. All right. Next poet, in the last round for the last time. Put your hands together, coming back to the microphone. Give it up for Lady Blue.
Society tries to hide us. They divide us, crucifying us with such unjust. They're trying to pull us down in that belly of the beast. Yet I find relief, because together we poets stand. Untainted by the government, we're gonna bring reprimand. On Congress closing the doors and the cupcake wars and the lives they constantly destroy. You see, I am calling on a board so that we can take the floor. You see, kicking in those doors will allow us to ensure that the unjustly killing of the youth in the streets no longer goes underneath the sheets. They're trying to justify their actions and not liking our reactions. What fear could you have had? None of them were ever mad. You felt threatened is what you said, but we all know that that shit was in their head. And whatever happened to our pursuit of happiness that they think they can take back from us, they must don't know the time we are not on rewind, and I am here to decline. Because the spirit of who we are is what got them where they are. And they ain't no damn stars, we paid for their cause. You see, united, we are supposed to be, and free, to make our own choices for our lives. And yet they telling them that they can't be wives. Mad that they love another sex as them. But then they read they him, not to judge another. And I thought that y'all learned that shit from your mother. And the whole time we sending our youth to the schools to only come out looking like fools. Due to their grips on the class, how could any of them ever pass? That test above the rest or digress approach is working on my nerves like a fucking roach. You see, society, I am here to say that I plan on getting in your way. Poetic inkly letting my voice be heard. I'm extending the cables to jumpstart the resolution because I read the Constitution and understood every word. You see, they're disregarding the rights that we have, and it makes me sad to know that they'd rather see us scarred and making us barred, to live in the system of transgression that they applied for their mission. But you see, I happen to teach a little bit of lessons, because I read those books too, and our future is truly about our youth.
Y'all gonna begin from Lady Blue, make some noise. That's for afterwards. Judges, I need your scores. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. All right, I got a 9.7, crowd, what say you? I got a 10, I got a 9.8, I got a 9.0, and I got another 9.0, again a 9.7, a 9.8, a 10, a 9.0, and a 9.0. Applaud the poet. Score for the previous poet, 80 figures, was a 29.8. Applaud that poet. Your third poet in the last round for the final time. Coming back to the microphone, give it up for Ali.
I'm unapologetically black like fuck your feelings. You tired of me playing that race card, I'm tired of you dealing. Tired of you cutting the deck and stacking it against me. This country was built on the backs of blacks that look like me. So don't think I'm supposed to just pack up and go back to Africa. That ain't happening, cuz. I'm screaming, fuck you, pay me reparations until the rapture comes. Give me mine what's due me, plus the interest and usury. See, usually only a fool would be working and then leaving before getting paid for like a whole damn country. Even though this country don't want me, screaming MAGA, make America great again. Translation, let's make these niggas slaves again. AKA, whips and chains to make them behave again. When they out of order, we'll make these trees turn live oak like a city in North Florida. Public hangings. Time to pick a nigga. What kind of strange fruit pie you bring into the picnic, nigga? PIC, Nick, nigga. Prison Industrial Complex, Nick, nigga. It's big business. 13th Amendment only changed slavery's definition. Watch this. Human cocaine, they'll cook crack in the kitchen. Pitch it to the children. Dope boys swing for the fix. Since the government batting 1,000 on this one. Mandatory minimum sentences. Then all hell the Clintons when Hillary said, your kids are super predators. They need to be locked up for life. And y'all still voted for her. Like, oh well, at least she's better than the lesser of two evils. It still leaves you with evil. My people, listen, don't act like you ain't got a reason to get unapologetically black. Like, fuck they feelings. Support black businesses. Fuck they schools. Send your kids and their athletic abilities to HBCUs. It's a different world that we living in. And so Cosby may have failed some grace. That don't mean his vision for Hillman did. It's a knowledge-based economy. Use your mind to get paid. Raise more kids like Dwayne Wayne and not just Dwayne Wade. Go find your Whitney. Grab you a girl. Find you a sister. Marry your baby mama and raise the kids with her. Speak with no filter. Show these crackers we don't need them. Ebonics in the boardroom like this is the King's English. You can from the wrong lineage. Check my ancestry DNA. It got hieroglyphic penmanship. I represent that kinship. Agree I pass these stories down like Carter, he envisioned it. I want to document into every motherfucking black accomplishment. So when our kids hear about this excellence, it don't seem so damn astonishing. I'm Rosa Parks on the bus. I'm a Martin Selma. I'm the black fist at the podium of the Olympic ceremony. I'm a speech from Martin. I'm Colin Kaepernick on his knee. Tell the NFL you can keep your damn check. On February 1st and 28th of the month, I'm pouring games in the doorway with a Mossberg pump. I'm that sister in the workplace. Afro and high heels. I'm Keisha, that Kwame Andre. Name your kids whatever the fuck you feel. Oh yeah, I don't care if they stutter. When they read it on the resume, I only care for my brothers. I want a 10-year-old boy can be when he grow up dreaming. Endless possibilities, no limit, no ceilings. I'm unapologetically black, so fuck your feelings.
Judges, I need your scores. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. Keep them up. Ma'am, well, this is black on black round, once again. I'm just saying. I just, because you came up, I couldn't hear what you said. No. Listen, this is how black folk get in trouble. I said I didn't hear what you said, so it don't matter. You see what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you said what you No. Yeah. We staying out of trouble, right? I got a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. I don't even read the charts. It's the same number. Everybody had the same number. I appreciate that. Y'all get up again for the poet. Make some noise. Alright. Score for the previous poet, Lady Blue, with a 28.5. Applaud the poet. And keep it going for the last poet in this round. Make some noise for Curtis Davis.
Wake up at 10:45 a.m. Wake up at 10:45 a.m. Wake up at 10:45 a.m. Search for me frantically, like a blind crackhead who accidentally dropped his rock. Cause I am your foundation, I am your rock, I am your everything. Everything you are, I am. Click. Okay, really this time. Wake up, it's 9 a.m. Wake up, it's 9 a.m. Wake up, it's 9 a.m. Click. Rise out of bed. Allow me to sing you your favorite songs as you have your daily morning meeting with the porcelain princess. Sit on your throne, shit, even light some incense if you want to. I know what you like. Click. I can make it. Put your phone down, phone down. I can make it. Click. I'm the beginning to your every morning. The last thing you see before closing your eyes at night. Side note, we may need to have a face-to-face book conversation about the random girls you've been adding in the people you may know section. We both know you don't know them, alright? Click, plug me in, and allow me to sing you your favorite songs as you rush on your car ride to work, even though I told your ass to get out of bed near 30 minutes ago. Click, I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up, but if God got us, then we gon' be click. Alright, you're at work. Check me for the time. 3 minutes late, not too bad. Clock in, then check me for the time. 2 minutes later. Check me for the time. See, ain't it crazy how I can make time move slower when you're not staring at me, but when your eyes be all fixed on my face, time seems to leap years. Ain't it crazy how I can seem like a necessity even though I'm not, but I guess that's how addictions work, right? Tell yourself you're checking me for the time and really you're just salivating for new notifications. Click, I'll always be here for you, right by your side. I'm always right by your side. Even when I'm not, your body still be fiending for me. Like, how do all these vibrations turn into phantoms, Danny? Then he really just used 2 Nickelodeon cartoon references in a poem about cell phones. You're damn right, Ed, because I was born in the 90s and I think of this shit. And if you haven't noticed yet, this poem is about cell phones, right? And how I'm sick and tired of walking into a break room full of zombies, all ages, staring at them. Like, where has our humanity gone? Like, why do we live life trying to escape from living life, all while being afraid to die? Breaking of the fourth wall complete. Click. Hey, did you know that this is really dope app where you can talk to a friend miles away, face to face in real time? Click. Hey, did you know you can get in your car and drive to a friend miles away and talk face to face in real actual fucking time? Click. Hey, check me for the time. Look at me. I'm at 2%, I'm dying. Where is your charger? How could you have forgotten to charge me last night? I am your everything, everything you are. I am, you need me. You don't want me to die, do you? I said, look at me. I am your rock, I am your foundation. You don't want me to die.
Judges, I need your scores. Score for the previous poet was a 30. I got 1 score, I got 2 scores, I got 3 scores, I got 4 scores, I got 5 scores. Phil, we got something we need to talk about. You got a solution or a plan in place? Okay, all right then. All right, I got a 10. I got a 10. I got a 10. I got a 10. I got a 9.9. to the stage. How you want to do this? All right, so in fourth place with a 28.5 in the final round, y'all make some noise for Lady Blue. Lady Blue, step up, take it down. In third place with a 29.8, put your hands together for Eddie Figures. You can check out Eddie Figures over in Orlando. He commutes over from Orlando. Eddie, in addition to poetry, does an excellent job of documenting and videotaping like performances when he goes to shows. So thank you for that, bro. Y'all give it up for Eddie Figures. In second place is no one, because we have a tie for first place. With a 30 in the final round, y'all put your hands together for Curtis Davis and Ali. Alright, so here's the deal. We can either do a death round, poet take all, where the judges are not going to write down numerical scores, they're just going to write the name of the poem that they like the best, or y'all can split it. What's that? Tell them.
One more ball.
All right, so here's what it's gonna be. All right, so here's the deal, right? Who got a quarter? Anybody got a quarter? Anybody got a coin or some sort of quarter? Oh, you got a joke. Hang on. Let me get. You got a dollar. No. All right, so here's the deal, right? So we're gonna flip to see who's gonna go first. Judges, can y'all give it up for the judges? Judges, we going into overtime. What's that? Big drinks is flowing. All right, judges, so here's the deal. You're going to hear from both poets. Instead of writing down the numerical score, I want you to write down the name of the poet that you like the best, as far as the last poem. I know, right? Yeah, we're gonna make your job real hard. That's what we're gonna do. Is that cool? It don't matter. You let me host. That's how we're gonna do this. All right. So, Ali Collins.
Yes.
And it's Taylor. Curtis, you want to go first or second? Go second. All right. So here we go. All right, y'all make some noise. Come up. We're going in overtime. All right, coming back to the microphone for maybe the last time. It was supposed to be the last time. All right, so put your hands together, coming back to the microphone. Get up for Ali.
So he's been to jail but came home a changed man. Focused on church like God was the game plan. And I could spell this out letter by letter like hangman, but you've all heard the story before. A black man does 20 years went in when his son Junior was 4. Favorite comedian was that guy from Sanford and Sons. And by the time he gotten out, Red Fox was dead and he was a grandparent because his son Junior had twin sons and he heard they had features just like him. His only prayer is that they wouldn't take to these streets just like them. And it's ironic how we repeat these life cycles because the twins are 4 and Junior just got arrested. Drug charges, intent to distribute, not just possession. And grandma's being driven to her early grave. Chris tells Junior, you remind me of your father when he was your age. And these life cycles are so ironic. Because almost 20 years ago to the date, on that very same street block, a beat cop approached. Junior's dad was heavy into hip-hop, beat popping the Curtis Blow. Cops like, we're conducting random searches. And it don't matter if that's legal or not, especially when they find weed, marijuana, reefer, or pot, whatever you call it. But I call it 20 years when you young black with drug charges, bad representation in court cases, plus some overzealous DA, fresh out of Harvard Law, trying to prove the city's tough on crime with his first case. No deals, and these life cycles are so ironic. Because fast forward 20 years to the date, that same DA is now mayor, up for re-election. Campaigning, I've always been tough on crime. His son Junior, a DA, fresh out of Harvard Law with his first case. some black guy, drug charges, attempt to distribute, not just possession. Mayor tells DA, son, this should be an easy one to get your feet wet. Plus, I'll make some calls to the judge for you. A conviction was damn near predicted like Nostradamus. I promise this ain't the first time y'all heard this story. And while one junior awaits trial, the other junior prepares for it. And while one junior recalls Saturday mornings as sitting in the bed watching the Smurfs with dad, the other junior recalls Saturday mornings as taking long trips to see dad at these faraway places with these barbed wire fences, getting strip search bacon when he was only a kid, at weekend visitations, having talks with pops while sitting at tables, but it's like 20 years has elapsed in the midst of a conversation, and father and son just transpose souls, change faces and switch places, and if you can read minds, you know they're both simultaneously thinking, I can't believe I just don't spend the last 20 years of my life like this. And you've all heard the story before, except this time, Granddad finally gets his chance to play dad, but it's two of his twin grandsons that their dad never had. And the favorite comedian is Pookie from New York, but Junior tried to play the role of Wesley Snipes and couldn't afford the price of the toll Florida put on his life. And for these 20 years, he'll get no sun pass. And the twin grandsons are like, where's dad at? And grandma's like, you remind me of your father. And the mayor's wife just told Junior, you remind me of your father, because the mayor's first case was a black guy with drug charges. And Junior's first case was a black guy with drug charges, and an illegal search argument could have gotten them both off, but you've all heard the story before, beginning to end. I just pray the next chapter of the book ain't titled The Twins.
All right, y'all keep it going for Ali. Is that for me? You play that for me because of what I got on? I was just asking. You know I'm supposed to be in Boys and Men. Really, I'm supposed to be in New Edition. But I tried to tell them about me. What happened was me and Bobby Brown, we got in an argument over a Nutty Buddy. And I tried to tell them about it. I mean, you know, it was a Nutty Buddy. I tried to tell them, I was like, hey man, this cat, he don't play right, you know, because I gave the ice cream man my $1, and he gonna come up and try to handcuff my Nutty Buddy. So that's why you see he got that gap in his tooth. Yeah, that's all me. Yeah, I did. I'm responsible for that. All right, y'all ready for your next one? Let me say yeah. Let me say oh yeah. Coming back to the microphone, y'all put your hands together for Curtis Davis.
And do you think the stand your ground law is a metaphor? You know, for burial service, or tree in soil on fire, or reactionary trigger finger, a shot in the dark at darkness. Headlines read, fatal shooting reignites stand your ground law debate in Florida. And I got a matchbox heart with a missing smile. Most days it feels like my hope slipped between the cracks of the pavement here. We know all too well of what a body feels like against hot concrete. And when it rains against hot concrete, steam rises. I can't help but think that this too is a metaphor. You know, for spirit evaporating or ghosts from Florida. It said that when it rains in someone's funeral, it means there's an angel crying. That makes me wonder how many black angels are tired of crying. Because I got a hurricane heart with a missing smile that I thought I found the other day, but it was just the silver lining in a storm cloud. Have you ever feared for your life? Felt the jaws of death snap your sanity like a bear trap? What a paradox it is for the fear of one's life to cause the loss of another's. When standing your ground means the opposition must sleep beneath it, there is no victor. And I purposely left your name out of this poem for us poets have become far too comfortable with making metaphors out of black cadavers, but I just thought you should know. Your killer, he was charged with manslaughter,
As if to say there ain't no malice in shooting an unarmed man. And I know when you were defending the love of your life, the mother of your children, you didn't expect your soul to get snatched that day. But this is what happens when you bring black knuckles to a firefight in Florida.
Y'all keep it going for Curtis Davis. All right, judges. So you got Ali and you got Curtis Davis. What we need you to do is write down the name of the poem that you think was the better of the two. All right. All right. We got one. I got one name. I got two names. I got three names. I got four names. All right, 1, 2, wow. This even it, hold it up for me. I want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right. She done wrote it so small. Anyway, go ahead and put it down. All right. All right. So coming in second place tonight, he is the coach of the 2019 Hurdles A Slam team and the I-Whips representative for 2018. Y'all make some noise for Curtis Davis. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you your 2019 Black on Black Grand Slam champion, who is also the 2007 Southern Fried Individual Poetry Slam champion, and is also the 2019 I Am Will Power Slam, just recently took place in honor of my brother, Will the Real One Bell in South Florida this past Thursday, known as the world's greatest. Y'all give it up for Ali! So in addition to cash, right? It's the cash. In addition to cash, you got the plaque? Is the plaque here? You left it at home? So there's a plaque. Ali's name is gonna go on the plaque for him winning. Phil, can you come in for a second? If you're part of the Black on Black Rhyme Tampa team that helps to put on the show, can you please come to the front, please, to the stage? Y'all make some noise for when they come. If you've been in Tampa any significant amount of time, you know that things do not live and thrive well here. We have a bad reputation for not supporting good things and then complaining when they go away. We are blessed to say that Black on Black Rhyme has not only thrived but survived for 18 years. And that, y'all can clap for that, because you should. It is because of the efforts of this team and these individuals that have not only caught the vision but are running forward with it, and they are part of the new day of what Black on Black Rhyme not only is but what it is going to be. On behalf of this community, on behalf of Black on Black Rhyme and Back Talk Poetry Troupe and myself and my family. C-Man, can you come up here for a second, please? Can you come up here for a second? So for those of y'all that don't know, this is C-Man. C-Man is actually one of the founding members of the Conscious Party, which is the poetry troupe that founded Black on Black Rhyme Tampa. So a lot of y'all think that she is something else. She is, but she's also what I just mentioned as well. So on behalf of us, y'all continue to run the race. We know that it's a labor of love. And to you all, thank y'all so much for being a part of this future. And I know that it is a sacrifice to come, but hopefully y'all feel like it's a worthy sacrifice. What you don't support will die. Period. What you do not love, you can talk about it all day long. We can talk about change all day long. We can talk about how much we don't like our leadership all day long. But if we do not put our efforts and mouths behind what we say we want to see, then we will not see it happen. change starts and it is cultivated by us. So y'all give it up for yourselves. Stand up, put your hands together for the Black on Black Ride leadership team. Y'all have a seat. This is 18 years. Y'all can wait one more minute.
Got a couple things I want to say to y'all real quick, like before y'all start vacating. You know what I'm saying? To be here for 18 years, I've actually been the president of Black on Black Ride for the past 6 years. There's a lot of ups and downs that come with supporting a venue like this. You know what I mean? A lot of times when y'all don't show up, I still gotta pay. You know? And there's a lot that goes to putting them together with these lights, with the sound equipment, with getting people here, with making sure that y'all are aware of what's going on, with making sure that we have all the necessities that come with this, that we're constantly bringing y'all new talent, that we're constantly bringing y'all new ideas and pushing the boundaries of what poetry is. That's what we've been doing. And we've been doing a lot of community work as well. This week is our celebration, but it doesn't stop tonight. We continue tomorrow. If you want to be involved with the community service that we're doing tomorrow, we're doing a community cleanup at 8 o'clock in the morning over at, you can meet us at Roulette Park at the unit 201. And we're going to be going down Waters Avenue and just picking up trash. You know, and then right after that, at 11 o'clock, at 10, 11 o'clock, we're going to be doing our kickball game. So if y'all, some of y'all, you know what I'm saying, if y'all some kid in spirit, you know what I mean, like come out and play with us, you know what I mean, because it's these bonds that keep us close. You know what I'm saying? If we talk about there's no community around here, but when there's community things going on, we just disappear, you know. So come out, meet somebody new. You know what I mean? Support somebody, you know, because you never know. This one connection that you make may be the best friend that you've ever met in your life, you know. And then picking up that one piece of trash might have inspired some little boy to do something that he might not have wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know what your actions could influence somebody else to do. You know what I mean? And then later on that night, we actually are doing a joint event with the Grow House for a hip hop cipher. So if you want more information on the different things that we have going on, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because we are definitely doing different things in the community. This will probably be our last show here. We're moving next month to Ybor City. Okay, so we'll be at 7th and Grove next month. Are you guys familiar with 7th and Grove? You know, so we're going to be, we're going to have a VIP section. We're just going to introduce that. So if y'all are interested, y'all going to get a complimentary drink with that. We'll have raffle tickets. So it's a whole thing for the VIP section. So if you are interested in that, let me know. And I just really want to say I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is for real. I really run this because of my personal belief that our culture and our art can influence the communities that we live to be better. You know what I mean? And every month we meet here, it's almost like church, to where we get re-energized to go back into the world, you know? And what I found is that our mental health is one of the biggest struggles that we as a community struggle with. But this platform has always been here for us since September 18, 2001. And it will continue on, even when I'm gone. At least that's what I believe, and that's what I'm working for. So with y'all support, this thing can keep moving. So we have our poetry workshops that happen every Tuesday. I do want to give a big shout out to Ms. Sabrina back there who did her thing. She comes to our writing workshop on Tuesday. And Kai, who also has come to a couple. You know, y'all are doing y'all thing. Y'all show some love to Ali and all the ones that participated in the poetry slam. And if you are interested in doing some more creative writing, we are having our writing workshop every Tuesday at Accent Styles Boutique, right over there. I think y'all are moving pretty soon, correct? You know what I'm saying? So if you want more information on that, go and talk to her, that beautiful lady over there.
But my girlfriend been working the door, so y'all make sure y'all don't talk to her though. Alright. We also have t-shirts. Alright, so if you would like to buy a t-shirt, they are $25. Only $25? Yes. Yeah, I'm damn near giving these things away, you know what I mean? You know, they have lotion infused into them, so it's really good for your skin, okay? I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Yo, baby, stand up. Look at her skin. You know what I mean? Look at her skin. You see that glow? You know what I mean? She ain't got a shirt on. It's residue from the shirt. Huh? Man, let me tell you. Alright, cool. Also, they have a Caribbean party out there. It's free now for y'all, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to go out there, get something to eat, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all thing, you know what I'm saying? Squirrels and shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go out there. Also, y'all do squirrel? No! You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my shit back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I was like, alright, so also, where's Mr. Abdul? Abdul, did he go in the back? Alright, so Amaretta Coffee is also a black-owned coffee house. They import their beans from a black farm, and they bring that here and they distribute it. So, there's black businesses here, there's community businesses here that are thriving and are doing something. We just need to support it so that they stay, okay? Is there anything else that I'm missing? You got your church finger up? You better sit down. Where you going? Somebody kill at the knees. Triple. Where's the linebacker when you need it? You know what I'm saying? Somebody get him! No, I'm just playing. Y'all are beautiful. Remember, don't drink and drive, because if you do, just use a cup holder. Y'all stay out of trouble. Y'all have a great night.